You've replaced appliances. You've called plumbers. You've accepted that things just break. But there is one thing nobody checked, a $40 valve where your water enters your home. If it is missing or failed, your water pressure is silently destroying every appliance, every pipe, and every fixture in your house right now. A pressure gauge costs $12 and takes less than a minute to use. Thread it onto any outdoor hose bib, turn on the water, and watch the needle settle. What you see is not a suggestion. It is the force the city delivers to every joint, washer, and appliance in your home, 24 hours a day. The number to watch for is PSI, pounds per square inch. Most homeowners have never checked it. Yet the code-mandated ceiling for residential plumbing is 80 PSI. Above this, every fixture and appliance is exposed to forces it was never built to handle. In thousands of homes, the reading lands well over 90 PSI, a silent warning that goes ignored for years. It does not matter how new the pipes are, how recently the water heater was installed, or how many times a faucet has been replaced. If the gauge shows a number above 80 PSI, something is wrong. Either the pressure-reducing valve is missing, failed, or set incorrectly. This is not a rare event. In older neighborhoods and high-elevation suburbs, unregulated municipal pressure can spike past 150 PSI during the night. The only way to know is to test. This simple 60-second check turns suspicion into hard data. A high reading is not a quirk. It is the opening move in a chain of failures, appliance leaks, valve ruptures, and pipe bursts that no amount of routine repair will ever solve. The problem is invisible until it is measured. A water heater is built to survive a decade or more, but only if it is protected from forces it was never designed to face. When municipal pressure enters a home unchecked, the first line of defense is the temperature and pressure relief valve, known in the trade as the T and P. This valve is a safety device set to open if the internal pressure climbs above 150 PS1 or if the water temperature rises past 210 degrees Fahrenheit. In a regulated system, it rarely moves, but under high pressure, the T and P begins to cycle, opening just enough to release a spurt of water, then snapping shut. Each cycle is a sign that the system is operating beyond its safe range. Inside the tank, every surge stresses the glass lining that protects the steel shell from corrosion. The industry calls this glass lining failure, and it is the silent killer of water heaters. The more the T and P valve is forced to open and close, the faster microscopic cracks form in the lining. These cracks allow water to reach bare steel, setting off rust that eats through the tank from the inside out. The tank's warranty assumes normal pressure, but when the T and P is cycling, that guarantee is already at risk. Most homeowners do not see the damage until hot water runs rusty or the tank begins to leak. By then, the internal corrosion is advanced, and replacement is the only option. The cost is not just a new heater. A leaking tank can flood a utility room, damage flooring, and trigger an insurance claim. The average American water heater fails in 8 to 12 years, but in homes with high pressure, failure can come years sooner. The pattern is always the same. A relief valve that weeps, a tank that corrodes, and a warranty that quietly vanishes. The root cause, excessive pressure, remains invisible unless someone checks the gauge and asks the right question. A washing machine is supposed to be the safest appliance in the house. Its inlet valve, a solenoid or diaphragm type, costs about $25 and is designed to open and close thousands of times over its life. But that life is measured under a single condition: water pressure never exceeding 80 pounds per square inch. When municipal pressure is left unregulated, the inlet valve faces a force it was never built to withstand. A micro tear forms in the rubber diaphragm, sometimes so small it goes unnoticed for months. One cycle, the tear grows. Suddenly, the valve can no longer hold back the water. The result is not a slow leak, but an uncontrolled flood. Laundry rooms fill, floors buckle, and water pours into hallways and basements. The part that failed is the cheapest link in the chain, a $25 valve. The bill that follows is anything but minor. The average water damage insurance claim from a washing machine overflow runs into 5 figures, enough to replace every appliance in the room. Most homeowners never connect the dots. The repair is made, the flooring is replaced, and the same pressure keeps working on the next weakest point. The cycle repeats. The pressure-reducing valve, if it exists at all, is never questioned. A faucet that never seems to stop dripping is more than a nuisance. It is the symptom of a deeper failure. In homes where the pressure gauge reads high, the rubber cartridge seal inside the faucet is forced to compress and flex against a relentless force, day and night. Manufacturers design these seals to withstand normal residential pressure, but when the pressure climbs above 80 pounds per square inch, the soft elastomer begins to deform. The drip starts as a slow, almost invisible leak. Homeowners swap cartridges, sometimes every year, stacking up receipts for parts and labor. Plumbers return to the same address, replacing the same component, each time suspecting a bad batch or poor installation. But with every cycle of compression and release, the seal grows weaker. The faucet's body, the stem, and even the handle outlast the cartridge by years. The real culprit, a pressure spike that never lets up, remains hidden behind the wall. No amount of brand loyalty or upgraded hardware can outlast the silent fatigue working on that seal. The pattern repeats until the cause is finally measured and named. A sharp bang in the pipes is more than a nuisance. That sound, known as water hammer, is the audible warning shot of a pressure surge. When a faucet or washing machine valve snaps shut, the moving column of water slams against a closed end. The energy has nowhere to go, so it rebounds as a shockwave through copper, PEX, or steel. In homes where the system pressure is already above code, these transients can spike to several hundred pounds per square inch in less than a second. Plumbers have logged surges over 300 pounds per square inch with a digital pressure transducer. The result is not just noise. Soldered joints crack, push-fit connectors can slip. Even threaded steel couplings rated for much higher pressures have failed after repeated hammer events. One inspection found a split copper joint hidden behind drywall, the edges green with corrosion, tracing back to months of undiagnosed water hammer. Homeowners report rattling pipes, but the real damage is silent. Microfractures in fittings, slow leaks into wall cavities, and a gradual weakening of the entire piping network. Every bang is a test the system was never designed to take. Without a properly calibrated pressure-reducing valve to keep the baseline pressure in check, each transient becomes a roll of the dice. Over time, the odds catch up to every joint, every fitting, and every homeowner who thinks a little noise can be ignored. Every plumber who has spent a decade in the field has a mental ledger of homes where the same pattern repeats. The appliances keep failing, the leaks never stop, and the pipes rattle like a warning bell. The culprit, more often than not, is a single valve that is missing, worn out, or set wrong. The pressure reducing valve, PRV. In older neighborhoods, about a third of homes are running without a functional PRV. And even in new construction, silent failures happen every year. The numbers are not comforting. A diaphragm-type PRV is built to last 7 to 12 years, but every year, 1 or 2 out of every 100 fail quietly. The most common failure is a ruptured diaphragm or a fatigued spring, with no water on the floor, no alarm, just a slow loss of control. The only sign is pressure creeping up, wearing out every seal and fitting it touches. I have seen it too many times to call it rare. A pressure-reducing valve is not just a part, it is a line of defense, and only a handful of models do the job right. For a typical single-family home, 2 names have earned the trust of plumbers who see the aftermath of failure: the Watts N55B and the Wilkins 600 series. Both are diaphragm-type valves built to handle the constant flexing that municipal pressure dishes out. The target set point is clear: 50 to 60 pounds per square inch. That number is not a guess. It is the safe zone written into every plumbing code and appliance manual. The part itself costs $40 to $80, and a careful installation, trimming the valve and verifying the set point with a gauge, takes a professional about 2 hours. No shortcuts, no guesswork. The right pressure-reducing valve set correctly is the only guarantee that the pressure inside the home will never climb above what every fixture and appliance is designed to handle. Thermal expansion is the final trap for homeowners who think the job is done once a pressure-reducing valve is installed. When a pressure-reducing valve creates a closed plumbing system, every time the water heater cycles, the heated water expands. Without a dedicated place for that extra volume to go, pressure spikes return, undoing the protection you just paid for. The solution is an expansion tank, a small bladder-equipped vessel that absorbs the force of thermal expansion. The tank itself costs about $25 to $35. It must be pre-charged to match your system's static pressure, minus 2 pounds per square inch. This step is not optional. Plumbing code now requires an expansion tank in any closed system. Skip it, and the pressure finds its own escape, usually through a relief valve, a leaking joint, or a failed appliance. Right now, unchecked municipal pressure is outlasting every warranty and voiding every claim. Pipes rattle, valves fail, appliances wear out in silence. The builder's spec means nothing if the pressure-reducing valve, the PRV, isn't set for your system. In plumbing, one overlooked valve separates protection from destruction. No alarm, no mercy.